In this class, we are going to learn DOM add or remove operation. DOM add or remove. We will insert an element into the DOM and we will remove an element from the DOM. So here is our HTML code. This is the same page as you have seen before, and this is the corresponding output display. Now we will try to add a new LI element named Node.js to this list. So that's our purpose. We need to add a new LI element. Here are 5 LI elements are there. We need to add one more LI element dynamically using JavaScript. So we will access the DOM and we will insert a new element into the DOM, and we will also learn how to remove that particular element. So let's start with for doing this, we first need to create an element. Okay, so our element of interest is LI element. So we first need to create an LI element. For I will create a variable var new LI is equal to document dot create element. There is a method create element, and within that I will give LI. So a new LI element will be created. Now what we need to do is, so we have now an LI element. We need to insert a text value into that LI element, in between that LI element. So that's what we are going to do next. So we will create a new text node. Okay, let's create a new text node. I will name it as new text is equal to document dot create text node. Within that bracket, I will type what is the text content I want to insert in the LI. So I will type Node.js. Okay. So a new LI element has been created, not LI element, a new text node has been created. Text node just means a symbol text. A symbol text will be created. Now, so these two are two separate entities. A new element is created, which is LI, and a new text is created, which is Node.js. So I need to insert that newly created text node inside of that LI element. So that's what we are going to do next. For that, I will select this new LI. I will select this new LI dot. There is a function called append child. So within that append child, I will type our text node, new text. Okay. So now this LI element contains this text node, Node.js. So that's what happened here. Now we have a LI element having text Node.js. What we need to do next is we need to insert our newly created LI element as the last child in the list. For that purpose, I need to traverse till the last element and I need to insert the newly created LI element. Okay. For that purpose, I will first get the reference of this unordered list. Okay. For that, I create a variable var unordered list is equal to I can access it like this, document dot query selector, which we have learned the previous lesson, query selector, and I will type UL. Now this unordered list has the reference of this corresponding UL because this page contains only single UL alone. Now unordered list has the reference of this. Now what we need to do next is we need to append this element into the unordered list. Okay, let's try this. I will type something like this, unordered list dot append child and within that I will type our newly created node. Our newly created node is new li. Okay, new li. Now you can see that this newly created node has been appended as the last element in the tree. So that what happened here. Okay, I will explain the process once again. First we have created an li element. Then we have created a text element. As the next step, we append that text element to the newly created li element. The next step is we select the entire UL, then we append that newly created li which has this text new li into the this unordered list. So this Node.js appears as the last child in the list. So that's how we can add an element dynamically into the DOM, or we can inject an element dynamically into the DOM. Now we will learn how to remove this particular element, how to remove the last element in the list. For that purpose, I will first select that last element. I will create a variable var del node. Please observe this camel case notation. For variables, we can use camel case notation. The first letter of the first word will be small letter, and the next subsequent letters of subsequent words will be capitalized. Okay, var del node is equal to, I need to get the reference of the last child in the entire unordered list. For that purpose, I will type unordered list dot last element child. Okay. Now this del node has the reference of last unordered. Okay, you can see it here. This del node has the reference of last element child in the list, which is this. Okay. So this del node has the reference of last element child. Okay. Now we need to remove this element. Okay. For that purpose, I will type del node. Del node is our reference to node to be deleted. Del node dot remove child. But it will not work. It will not work. Why? Because for deleting an element from a list, we need to first traverse to the parent of that element. Only from the parent we can remove a child. So we need to traverse to the parent, then delete the child. So that's what we need to do. For that purpose, I will type del node dot parent element dot remove child. Remove child, and we need to specify which child we want to remove. We need to remove that del node. Okay, so the meaning of this statement is, we have the reference of the last node to be deleted. We go to the parent element. Parent element means this UL. Then we remove a child from that parent element. And we specify what is the child name. That child name is del node. So this del node will get removed. Okay, let's see. Now you can see that del node is gone from here. Okay, so that's how we can remove a child. The process is entirely simple. We first need to get the element's parent which we want to delete. So go to the parent and remove the child. Okay, so del node is the node to be deleted. We traverse to the parent and then remove the child and specify which child need to be removed. Okay. So that's what happened here. So this is the way we can add or remove elements dynamically into the DOM. So that concludes the session. Thank you.